Wow, what a night of fights UFC 300 turned out to be. Starting off with Cody versus Davidson, Cody showed a flashes of his old self in the first round, landing bigger shots and beating Figgy with his speed. However, Figgy was able to get him down in the second round and finish the fight by submission. The next big moment of the night came when Jalen dropped Renato, then walked off after trying to go for the viral moment, but the ref was having none of it and said fight on. Renato was then able to rally back and get on top and finish the fight via TKO. In the opening fight of the prelims, Diego Lopez made quick work of Sadiq Yusuf by securing a KO in round 1, taking only 1 minute 29 seconds. Next up, we had the debut of Kayla Harrison against Holly Holm. Kayla proved she was way too big and skilled at judo, easily tossing Holly around and having her way with Holm, until finally getting a submission win in the second round. In the Aljo versus Cater fight, Aljo looked big even at featherweight. Coupled with a long layoff and the constant threat of the takedown from Aljo, Cater very gun-shy, which allowed Aljo to control the whole fight and grind out a decision win. Even at one point pulling of a modified Batista bomb. Now we have the only issues for me personally with the whole card, in the placement of Jiri versus Alexander and Bo Nickal versus Cody Brundage. I really thought before the card that they should have switched the order of these fights and had Jiri versus Alexander as the opening fight for the main card due to the title implications of the light heavyweight title, which was defended later that night. This fight was a good fight, though. In the first round, Alexander smashed Jur's legs with leg kicks. However, like the samurai Jiri is, he just kept walking him down before finding success in the second round with a KO. This fight was very back and forward and very entertaining. Whereas in my opinion, the Bo Nickal fight wasn't as entertaining, although Bo submitted him in the second round. In the first round, Bo was just holding his back without being able to pass into a more dominating or threatening positions. Now I understand the UFC see a future star, but I do not believe he has earned a spot on a pay-per-view main card. Next, we had Charles versus Arman, which went to a split decision. Let me know in the comments section who you thought won this fight. The fight was a close one, however. To me, the champ has a name, Charles Oliveira, and that's all I will say on that matter. Decision aside, though, Arman did prove his skill set by fending off some very deep submission attempts from Charles throughout the fight. Now we have the craziest thing I've seen in my life. Going into this next fight, I thought Max could and would piece Justin up all night and win a decision. However, if Justin catches Max, even one time, that could be all she wrote for Max. But man, goddamn, did Max show me what's up? At the end of the first round, Max caught Justin with a spinning body kick that, because of the position of Justin, bounced right of his nose and broke it, and this seemed to be start of the downfall for Justin. And just as I thought Max would, he was piecing him up all night. And that's when that Mad Max moment happened, with Max pointing to the center of the octagon, telling his opponent, it's time to stand and bang. Even though Justin had been getting beaten up and rocked all night, he is never one to shy away from a good old-fashioned shootout, and at 4:58 of the last round, Max connected on Justin with a massive overhand right. By 4:59 of the fifth round. Justin was face down in the middle of the octagon, and my jaw, along with every other MMA fan that witnessed it, was on the floor. This fight truly was the embodiment of BMF alive. Now we get into the last two fights of the night, Weili versus Jan and Alex versus Jamal. The Weili versus Jan fight was very interesting, as in the first round, Weili was able to secure a choke with 15 seconds of the round, and when the ref pulled Weili off at the end of the round, Jan was barely able to stand up and had no idea what was going on, showing every sign of being choked out. Jan's corner had to try wake her up between rounds by putting ice up her nose, which miraculously worked, allowing Jan to be able to claw her way back into the fight, even dropping the champion a few times, but ultimately coming up short in the decision, giving the win to Weili. For the final fight, we were blessed to see the next side quest from Alex Pereira. It started with beating Izzy in MMA. Then he moved to light heavyweight to beat John, who beat Izzy when Izzy tried to move up to light heavyweight. Next up, he was going to beat up the people who beat his mentor and close friend Glover. starting off by knocking out Jiri and eventually going on to secure his chance against Jamal. The fight started with them trading leg kicks for the first 2 minutes. Then Jamal made the mistake of clipping Alex's cup, to which the ref tried to step in and call time. However, in typical Potan style, Alex stopped the ref in his tracks with a stern hand gesture, with Alex basically saying, "No need, ref, just watch this." Then proceeding to knock down Jamal with one of the first punches he threw all fight, which just so happened to be that sharp, clean, and nasty left hook. Following up with some heavy ground and pound. Then to cap off how crazy he is, Alex then called for a fight in 3 weeks on the UFC Brazil card at heavyweight. Unrelated to the actual fighters, but on an interesting side note, UFC 300 was the first time the UFC tried their new gloves to stop eye pokes and hand injuries. Jim Miller broke his finger, and Max, who has never eye poked anyone, eye poked Justin twice. So clearly a massive success. All jokes aside, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and leave a like. And as always, let me know your comments on the card down in the comments section.